Have you noticed something unusual in recent months? Both America and Canada are slowly shifting their tone towards Pakistan, and in some cases even siding with it when tensions rise with India. For years, it felt like Washington and Ottawa were moving closer and closer to New Delhi, building partnerships, signing trade deals, and boosting defense ties. But now, suddenly, Pakistan is back in the spotlight. The question is why? Why are America and Canada siding with Pakistan against India? The answer is bigger than politics, bigger than just South Asia. It's about power, leverage, and strategy on a global scale. And once you see the bigger picture, it all starts to make sense. Let's start with something simple: geography. Pakistan's location has always been its biggest bargaining chip, right at the crossroads of South Asia, Central Asia, and the Middle East. On one side, it borders China. On the other side, Afghanistan and Iran, and beyond that, the Arabian Sea leading into the Gulf. For America and Canada, geography matters more than friendship. If you want influence in this region, you can't bypass Pakistan. India might be a huge market, yes, but doesn't give the West the same kind of access that Pakistan does. When the US withdrew from Afghanistan in 2021, the importance of Pakistan was instantly clear. Again, the West needed a regional partner, and Pakistan was the only country that fit the role. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room: China. America's #1 priority today is not Russia, not the Middle East, but China. And Canada, as America's closest ally, follows the same strategic direction. China's Belt and Road Initiative has made Pakistan a key piece of its global puzzle. Billions of dollars have been invested in the China-Pakistan economic corridor, with projects like the Gwadar port giving Beijing direct access to the Arabian Sea. For America and Canada, that's a major threat. If they want to contain China, they must have influence in Pakistan. Supporting Pakistan, even when it causes friction with India, is part of that long-term strategy. Sure, India also doesn't get along with China, but here's the catch: Pakistan is where the action is. It's where China is building its projects, where its investments are physically shaping the future. By getting closer to Pakistan, the West has a chance to counter China directly. That's something India simply can't offer them. Then there's the military factor. Pakistan has one of the strongest militaries in the Muslim world. It's nuclear armed, it has decades of cooperation with the US, and its intelligence services have long been tied into Western networks. India, on the other hand, has a big military too, but it's complicated. Much of India's defense equipment still comes from Russia, and that makes Washington and Ottawa uncomfortable. They want allies who are not tied down by Russian hardware and doctrine. Pakistan, despite the ups and downs, has a long track record of military alignment with the West. That makes it easier to work with when big decisions need to be made. The Middle East connection is another reason. Pakistan has deep historic ties with countries like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar. For America and Canada, those relationships are critical. Whether it's about oil, trade, or security, the Gulf states play a huge role. By supporting Pakistan, Washington and Ottawa also strengthen their own influence in the Middle East. India simply doesn't have that same kind of pull in the Gulf. But here's where it gets interesting. Why specifically against India? Well, India has been trying to play both sides. On one hand, it cooperates with America and Canada, signing deals and joining partnerships. But on the other hand, it still buys oil from Russia, still imports Russian weapons, and often refuses to take clear sides in global conflicts. For Washington and Ottawa, that's frustrating. They don't like partners who hedge their bets. They want loyal allies, and India hasn't shown that loyalty consistently. By leaning more towards Pakistan, the West is sending a message to India: you are not our only option. Economics also plays a big role. Pakistan's economy has been struggling, and that makes it more open to outside influence. Aid packages, IMF loans, and Western funding give America and Canada leverage over Pakistan in ways they don't have with India. And at the same time, Pakistan is a massive country with over 240 million people, most of them young. For Western corporations, that's a huge potential market waiting to be tapped. Supporting Pakistan today could pay off tomorrow. Now, let's look at Canada specifically. Canada has a large South Asian diaspora, and tensions between Indian and Pakistani communities inside Canada often mirror what's happening abroad. Ottawa knows it has to balance those interests carefully. By leaning a little towards Pakistan, Canada also positions itself as a power that can mediate. But in reality, it's aligning with American strategy. Whenever Washington shifts, Ottawa follows closely. So if the US is moving closer to Pakistan, Canada won't be far behind. Looking ahead, don't expect America and Canada to completely abandon India. India is too big, too important economically, and too strategically placed to be ignored. But when it comes to the real pressure points, China, Afghanistan, Middle East stability, the West find Pakistan more useful. History shows us the pattern. Whenever Washington needs tough work done in this region, Pakistan becomes the go-to partner. Canada, as always, follows the same line. And the more India tries to act independently, buying oil from Russia or avoiding Western sanctions, the more America and Canada will lean back towards Pakistan. So the next time you see American or Canadian officials praising Pakistan or quietly sending aid, remember, it's not about friendship, it's about leverage. The real reason America and Canada are siding with Pakistan against India is simple. They need Pakistan more than they want to admit. They need its geography, its military, its influence in the Muslim world, and most of all, its role in countering China. For India, that's a tough reality to face. Because in the end, geopolitics isn't about emotions, it's about interests. And right now, Pakistan's interests line up with what America and Canada want. The only question is, how will India react to this shift? Will it double down on its independent path, or will it bend closer to the West to avoid losing influence? Either way, one thing is clear. The power game in South Asia is changing fast, and Pakistan is right back at the center of it.